Today I'm gonna share with you guys my experience dining in Salt Bae's restaurant.
The gold covered rib cap for 4, it is $1,750.
gold covered.
Tell you right now that it's not worth it.
That is not worth.
I gotta say, I thought it would be way bigger. Now the biggest question is, was this worth it? Well, instead of talking about it, let me show you. It's my turn.
Guga's gonna show what he's capable of.
Okay, he's gonna make a gold covered steak.
I presume so.
Okay.
Chef Brian Tsao here, not your typical chef, owner of Mission Sandwich Social, located right here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and the only winner of Beat Bobby Flay Season 1. And today I'm gonna be reacting to Guga Foods I ate at Salt Bae. Here's why I'll never go back. Today's a special day because I have a guest, Jeremy Jacobowitz. Dude, thank you so much for coming onto the show. For those that don't know who you are, please enlighten them.
Yeah, I guess I'm a food influencer. I have my own channels on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at Jeremy Jacobowitz everywhere. And yeah, it's all food adventures from all over the world. So a lot of restaurant stuff, eating at your restaurant and many, many others.
Yeah. And honestly, you're probably like one of the first food influencers I can recall in the early Instagram days.
I was doing it before that was a thing.
Yeah, truly.
I didn't realize what I was doing. I wasn't smart enough to come up with this whole world. I did it and then it popped up and I was like, oh, I guess this is what I do now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how things develop like that. Like things just kind of fall into place eventually. Well, have you ever heard of Guga Foods before?
I have not.
Have you ever dined at Salt Bae's place before?
I have not.
Neither have I, and we're gonna react to some stuff.
Today I'm gonna share with you guys my experience dining in Salt Bae's restaurant. Here we go.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Giovanni. Yeah. Before we go on with this, they're at Salt Bae's restaurant. What's your take on the whole Salt Bae thing? Because I'm pretty sure you can remember, or if not, maybe I'm just weird.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you can remember where and when you first saw Salt Bae around the time frame, right?
Was it like lockdown? It must have been, because he like went viral on TikTok when everyone is blowing up, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy. It feels like it wasn't long ago, but now he has restaurants all over the world.
Yeah, I mean...
Multiple in New York City.
Multiple, yeah, which blows my mind. Blows my mind.
Who goes there?
That's the thing. It's like, who is this audience that's fueling this mammoth of restaurant chains this guy
I just find
has
it
now?
like usually when people blow up like that and then they open restaurants, it's not the clientele that would be spending so much money to pay for these steaks and hamburgers.
Yeah, and we're gonna see the price of one of these steaks in just a second. You know what? Let's check this out.
$1,200.
Oh yeah, there we go. It's $1,200
For two.
for two people.
You give a little Miami curve. And I mean, not saying this is right at all, but I'm giving a little Miami curve, and I don't know what kind of cut that is, what kind of meat it is. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, yes, it seems insane.
Yeah.
But maybe it's worth it.
I mean, if it was like a Wagyu, like an A5 Wagyu ribeye, that's actually a deal.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, let's. Who knows what they're getting?
There are 4 of us sitting right here. If we get the gold covered rib cap for 4, it is $1,750.
gold covered.
Tell you right now that it's not worth it.
That is not worth 17. Gold leaf from Amazon. Gold leaf from Amazon is like, I don't know, 10, 11 bucks for a little packet. If I'm remembering correctly. It could have gone up, down, I don't know. But that's not even like A5 Wagyu, you know?
I mean...
Even if it was 120 days dry aged, you know what I mean? It's still not worth that.
I've never spent anywhere close to that on even a whole meal.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, you've created a lot of content, which I love. I love your content, and I'm sure you've had your fair share of steaks. I mean, what is the price range that you're expecting to pay, I should say?
I don't know.
Lower end, higher end. You can give us a
I guess
range.
in the hundreds area. I mean, once you're even talking that, I'm like special occasion already, you know. That is more than 3 times I would ever... I mean, I wouldn't pay 3 times, but even as $500, they'd be like, maybe I won't get it. I won't order it, but that's okay. That seems right.
I don't think I spent that much on dinner at the French Laundry. If you don't know where the French Laundry is, just Google it. You know, just one of the premier restaurants in probably the world. I think my wife and I, with wine pairings and like upgrades, we didn't spend more than like $1,200.
I mean, the only time I haven't even come close to that, but I would say like an omakase, you're looking at, depending where you are, it could be a couple $100. Carbone is pretty expensive too, I guess.
Yeah, carbone.
But we're also getting so many dishes, and that ended up being 3 people like $800, 1,000 drinks.
Yeah.
It's with tip also.
Listen, just so you don't think I'm like going to dine at French Laundry. This was like 8 years ago.
It was a special occasion.
It was a special occasion. Yeah, I don't eat like that often. Okay, just want to put that out there.
Best cut in the house, I can't lie to you.
Is it?
It is.
Best cut in the house.
recommend the rib cap.
Better be.
Wait, you're just saying that because I'm paying.
That's right.
Well, if someone else is paying, go for it.
Right after that, the drinks arrived. Nick ordered a mezcal. That thing was on fire, and they serve it to you with a paper straw.
You got a little bit of fire and everything. It's on fire. You gotta
Very funny observation.
I like to live on the edge.
I do think the straw is going to be fine. It's submerged in liquid. It's not.
I mean, I don't ever want a paper straw, but it's funny that it's on fire and here's a paper straw.
Paper straw. I agree with you. Paper straws are criminal.
I mean, I'm in a restaurant that's serving me a $1,700 steak. Give me a metal straw.
Yeah, actually, very good point. Yeah, yes. Yeah, very good point. Now I'm more upset.
A few minutes after, the $2,000 steak
Jeez, it
arrived,
comes with its own
and
light?
it was not what we expected.
You get to take
For
home the
$2
light?
grand, I gotta say, I thought it would be way bigger. Right after, the tomahawk arrived. That was rare, even though we ordered medium rare.
Yeah,
Now,
that's a
there's nothing
huge
wrong
pet
with
peeve
rare
of mine.
steak.
I mean, I don't think that's the $1,700 steak, but
No.
you go to a restaurant like that and you get a rare steak. I mean, that just means they didn't let the steak rest properly.
yeah.
How do you prefer your steaks?
I mean, I'll go medium rare, but it can't be. Burgers, I'm pretty good at it being at like almost any temp, actually, even though like maybe burgers aren't the best way to go with that, but like at some point it becomes a chewiness of like, I can't even chew this, I don't want. So
Yeah.
a nice medium rare. As long as you did it perfectly, we're good.
I agree with you, and same with the burgers. I think it depends, like the cut of meat, where you're
course.
getting it from.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it a smash burger, or is it
I mean, everyone yells at me because I'll post like the Peter Luger burger, medium rare. I'm like, it's a pretty good color.
Yes.
But I'm like, as long as you seem red and pink, you're fine. And people are freaking out. I'm like, oh, I ate it. I survived. And it's at Peter Luger. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you're good at Peter Luger, which, by the way, if I'm gonna go to a steakhouse, I mean, I love Lugers. I don't care what Pete Wells says. Last dinner I had at Peter Luger's like 8 months ago was phenomenal.
I think you just have to know what you're getting into. I think people are upset about like the service, I guess, but that's the charm of it. They're known for that, so they want to be a little aggressive with you. You're Brooklyn, you know.
You need to expect to get punched in the face a little.
But if you order medium rare, you should get what you paid for. The gold steak was cooked perfectly though. Thank God, because it was not cheap. Now the funny thing was, as soon as I tried, everyone, including the managers, the waiter, the chef, were all waiting for my reaction, so the pressure was on.
I hate that more than anything.
Oh yeah, you must get that a lot.
I like, and I can't tell them to like leave, but like I'm want to try this on camera, and like not that I'm gonna rip them. I've never ripped anyone apart on camera, but at least want to I like to formulate my thoughts a little bit, come up with, say something worthwhile. And when everyone's staring at me, especially the chef, and then I'm like, oh my God. I like pretend that something's like wrong with my camera and like bore them to tears so they just leave so I can like record what I actually need to say.
Oh my God, you have a technique behind it. That's amazing.
I have to, because I can't be like, get out of here. I have to be like, like look at my phone. And then, because like, at that point I could just say I don't have to, I could say what my thoughts about the food minutes later. It doesn't matter as long as I got that bite in. So yeah, I'll do everything to like get them to leave.
Dude, that is incredible. I not that I run into those situations often, but I want to talk a little bit about your content and your, and what you do in that. In your time and in all the content you've created, you must have, and this is really why I wanted you specifically for this reaction, is because you must have seen a lot of gimmicky things. Like some cool, right? Some that stand the test of time that, become trends. But what's your general thought on it? Like something like a gold leaf steak, which technically isn't very new, but I'm just curious your thoughts.
Generally, I think it's all stupid. I mean, I understand why restaurants need to do it because they have to compete in the game and this gets attention and blah, blah, blah. And I think like as long as it's backed up by good food, like it's okay. I just don't want to order it. I think really at this point, the only times I'll like feature it is one, I think it's all a gray area. So maybe sometimes I'm just excited by it. And it's not so much of a gimmick and whatever. Like, this is actually really cool. Who cares? I'm going to do this. There's that. And then there's the other side of it of like, okay, this is a gigantic, dumb restaurant. If I go in there and have a little fun with it, cool. Like, this is a restaurant to do that. But like a mom and pop restaurant in New York City, if I think their dish is stupid, I'm not going to go in there and make some shitty video about it. I'd rather just not feature it. And that's generally, I just sort of like ignore it.
So Jeremy Jacobowitz has a soul.
Yes.
Kind-hearted Jeremy Jacobowitz. Yes. Not that I've had a bad experience with you or anything like that. Just I find myself in that predicament all the time. It's like, when we're generating content for the shop on social media, which is honestly, I have to say, yes, I firmly believe we have great product, great quality product, blah, blah, blah. But a big part of it was the social media marketing behind it. Has to be. It's just almost essential now for a restaurant success. But I find myself, when we are filming content, thinking, how can we make this a bit catchier? Is there a way to pour the sauce? Or is there a way to stack it more? And then, you know, I find myself, I don't go into the gimmicky direction too often. I'm kind of in the same boat with you, but not to say I haven't thought about it numerous times.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
you could try it. I mean, like, listen, everyone could try out anything. I just think that, like, here's a good line for me. I don't want a rainbow bagel.
I love your bagel content, by the way. Dude, when you put out that bagel content and like New Yorkers and bagels and you like just spread the...
I mean, it was just like the one where I had all the weird bagel orders.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, that came from a real place and me just being like, hey, what's your favorite bagels? And people told me the wildest stuff. And I was like, what? But I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. Fair play to everybody. Sure, this is your bagel. And like, it was horrible.
Guys,
horrible.
you have to go onto Jeremy's page on his channel and check out the bagel. All the content's great, but the bagel content for me was, I just loved every minute of it.
It's everyone's weird bagel orders.
Yeah.
And what's funny is people were like, these are fake. But I would have people commenting being like, I work at a bagel shop. These are not fake. Like, we legitimately get these orders and we are shocked, but we just make them. So whatever.
Wow, those shops are a lot kinder than my shop is. Like, people ask all the time, not all the time, but people ask quite often, you know, can you build your own? And we're like, no. We are veering so off from this video, but I just love talking about content.
Is it the best steak I've ever had? Now overall, here's what I thought about Salt Bae's restaurant. Is the restaurant beautiful? Yes, it is.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Was the service good? No, it's actually amazing.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, at least have good service through me.
I was like, ouch.
That I will give a 10 out of 10. Now the biggest question is, was this worth it? Well, instead of talking about it, let me show you. It's my turn.
And these are the steaks I'm
Nice.
gonna be.
All right, so Guga's gonna show what he's capable of.
Okay. He's going to make a gold covered steak.
I presume so.
Okay, all right.
Before we get into that part, though, we saw the dining room, we saw the service. The food industry or the hospitality industry is about so much more than just the food, right? That's definitely the essential part. But in your eyes, like, what's the important parts of the rest of the experience?
I know. I think that's exactly it. I always say that, like, listen, I'm very lucky that I get to eat amazing food all over the world. Honestly, when the service is incredible, I walk away remembering that experience much more than the food. The food always has to be good. You expect that to be good. But when a service is good, you're like, oh.
It takes it over. It takes it over past the 100% mark.
Yeah, and I try not to have it take away from my experience necessarily. I think it means a lot when restaurants does have good service. The art of reviewing has been lost a little bit because everyone's a quote unquote reviewer.
Yes.
And I tell them,
Thank
like,
you.
I don't review places.
Right.
I highlight. So I go
Right.
into your restaurant, I eat your sandwich, I talk about what I love about it. Great. If you truly are going to review a place, one, you don't know I'm coming in. And
Right.
half the time the restaurants know I'm there. They invited me in. Two, you kind of have to go in a few times, experience a lot of it, see what it's really like. Like, that's an actual review. It's not a 20-second TikTok that somebody made.
Right.
So, and everyone could have their voice, and it's great, and you shouldn't dismiss a TikTok video like that.
Yeah.
But I think there's a difference why when you get reviewed by New York Times, it means something because they went back like a million times and like really thought about this rather than the dumb video that I make.
Dude, wow. You like basically encapsulated it so well. Thank you for that. Just reminded me, I think the first time we met was on the set of Beat Bobby Flay, or when you were coming in to take B-roll at a past restaurant.
I casted you in a few things. I mean, for sure I was on set with you for Beat Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
But I feel like, was there something else before that I was trying to get you on?
Was it Food Network Star?
No, it wasn't Food
You
Star.
didn't do
I mean, I worked
yeah.
on so many random shows. I don't even remember what I worked on. So they all like got canceled after one season. Most of the shows I worked on. Not my fault. Just the TV industry.
Yeah. The TV industry, the way it operates, like, defies gravity. So remember, guys, I am going to react to my episode of Beat Bobby Flay once I hit 100K subs. So if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Small thing for you, but does great things for the channel. Let's go back to this reaction, shall we?
They do not cost $2,000 each.
Thank God.
They are 1.5 inches thick. They have great marbling on them. And to be specific, an Australian Wagyu marbling score 7. To season them, I kept it real simple. A good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. And obviously always season both sides.
It's funny about him seasoning his steak. I find out a lot of people don't understand that either. They'll see like, well, he just put a ton of salt on it. That's not flavor. I'm like, but when you have a steak that has all that flavor in it, you don't need too much. You want a salt and pepper, so get a more salt than you think, because that is a thick piece of meat. Let it build that crust.
Yes.
It's not going to be salty, and all the flavor comes from the fat that's in there. Like, don't worry about it. This is a good piece of steak. It's going to have incredible flavor.
Jeremy, preach, baby, preach. Preach, baby, preach.
Don't put ketchup on it. My
Yes.
dad does that. It drives me crazy.
Yes, the thicker the steak, the heavier you want to go on that seasoning, because the seasoning is not going to penetrate the center of the steak if you're cooking it as a whole piece. Don't forget, the fat's going to render, the fat's going to drip out. It's going to take some of the salt with it, so you actually do want to, go pretty heavy. And you know what? You don't go to a restaurant to eat bland food. You know what I mean?
I tell people that all the time. The biggest difference between home cooking and restaurant cooking is you would be shocked by the amount of salt and butter that is in every dish.
Oh yeah, it's almost criminal. I remember when I first went to culinary school and I was seeing the amount of salt the chefs were putting in. I was freaking out. But you know what? Now I tell my cook, I tell my cooks all the time. I was like, listen, man, the customers don't pay us to be pussies with the salt. Like
it's my biggest pet peeve is like when French fries aren't salted. Drives me. That's like a sign of like one of my little tiny signs that good restaurants are not. I'm like, the fries need to be salted.
Yes.
Let it hurt my tongue.
Yeah. Dude, I want to eat with you, man.
But not only that, we need to use this gold leaf. Exactly what Salt Bae uses on his restaurant. As you can see, it's almost 24 karat. It is $8.69.
It's cheaper than what I was saying. I was saying like 11, 12 bucks for a book.
And we're going to find out if this is really worth it or not.
$8.69.
Because we're going to be having one as a control. And our second steak completely filled up with gold leaf. Because now that I have everything ready, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and grill them. I'll first be putting a nice beautiful sear.
I think
then
we know the answer.
Until reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. And for that, I'll be using my wireless thermometers. So now I say it is enough talking and it is time to grill these beautiful steaks. So let's do it.
Guga has some of the best B-roll on
it's
YouTube.
beautiful. Yeah. It's really high quality production, everything.
Yep.
He lives in Miami?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the cyberpunk music. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
That's pretty good. I don't know if you gotta have flames 3 feet high for it, but whatever. I like it.
It's for the B-roll, man. It's for the
listen,
B-roll. Hope you're enjoying this video because there is an extended version available on my Patreon. That's right. By becoming a patron, you get to watch extended versions of certain episodes along with patron exclusive content. So be sure to visit the link below and become a patron today. And with that said, back to the episode. Oh,
That does look pretty good.
okay. Look at that. And now he's going to pick it up. with the
So
gold
that
leaf.
does look a lot better than what they got.
Okay, look at that. And Jordan, if you can pull up B-roll from when they were showing the steak that was rare. This, my guy,
That's a raw mistake.
that is a medium rare steak.
Yeah.
And dude, the difference between these two are unreal.
I mean, I'm like drooling looking at this.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you can see that, like, this is how you know this guy really knows what he's doing. You can see how consistent that cook was done from top to bottom. There isn't like a very thick brown part and then a raw center. You really can see he let the meat rest. He took time with it. He still clearly has a really nice sear.
Oh, yeah.
But, he really let the meat rest and re-equalize after the cooking process. Whereas I'm pretty sure maybe the restaurant was really busy that day. They were trying to rush it.
Didn't look like anyone else was in there.
Yes, you're right.
Looked like it was empty.
I was trying, Salt Bae. I was trying. Guga is a master at the meats. So, yeah, I'm hungry now. Something I just thought about. They said that the gold leaf steak was cooked perfectly, but that the tomahawk wasn't. And I think what may have happened is that they almost accidentally let the gold leaf steak rest.
Because they were like talking and taking photos to do whatever.
Not only that, the cook had to dick around with the gold leaf.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
whereas the tomahawk, they probably just took it straight from the grill. But Yeah, just maybe, possibly. I don't know.
All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful feast. What do you guys think?
I think you put in maximum effort on this dish and the presentation of it, and minimal effort here. This looks like you got this at Walmart.
No, that's not fair. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks amazing, actually. Dude, which Walmart are you shopping at? I want to go there.
Maybe it looks amazing.
Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. Well, let's find out which one tastes better. It's all about the taste, yeah? It's about nothing else.
All right.
Starting here?
Taste, no, we're gonna start with this one from Walmart, yeah? All right, and then did you guys see the salad dish?
It looks so
Fancy.
good. I wanna frame it and put it in my house.
Big shout out to Sonny. That
don't
dude
do
can
that.
cook.
It's
This
gonna
is
smell
quite incredible.
bad
And I'm
real
waiting
fast.
for you here, Sonny, so we can make a video together. All right, enough talking. Are you guys ready?
I'm very ready.
All right, let's go right here. Please, dig in, Leo.
Walmart steaks it is.
Oh, Walmart, yes. Now, we got a very simple presentation here.
Doesn't look like Walmart when you
know-
look at it close.
I'm going to start shopping at
It doesn't
Walmart
look
now.
like
I
Walmart.
was gonna say this Walmart steak pretty damn tender. I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Let me know how it tastes, yeah?
I hope I don't eat my words.
All right, well, let's find out right now. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
Oh,
that Walmart steak is real
Yeah, you
good,
could tell.
everybody.
that's not Walmart. That's not Walmart right there.
What do you guys think?
10 out of 10 would recommend.
I completely regret calling this steak a Walmart steak. It
You
is-
better. It means it's going to be real pissed at
it
you.
is oh no.
It is fair to say that never judge a book by its cover. You guys agree?
Couldn't agree more. Guga. This
Yeah.
one is my bad.
Fair.
So that was really fantastic. Now we're going to go to this steak right here. Let's go.
Your opinion. Does the gold leaf do anything for flavor, Jeremy?
It might take away from the flavor. I don't know. Is gold leaf like get a little soggy? Like it could like disrupt the mouthfeel of it a little bit, you know?
Maybe it'll give a little bit of a metallicness to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, who
I
knows?
can't see it adding anything.
I agree. I definitely agree.
I don't know what flavor
this
it would
is,
be that would-
This is full on gimmick. I mean,
Which, listen, we talked about earlier, like, it's not the worst thing in the world to do a gimmick. If people want to spend double the amount for an $8 piece of gold leaf, sell it to them. That's their fault.
then they deserve it.
As long as you
Yeah.
offer both options, you know?
True that. And you know, like, I mean, I loved Salt Bae's content. I thought it was pretty stupid. You know, he's doing this thing and the salt's going down there. But you can't deny it was fun to watch and
course.
that, you know, it clearly had its moment. And now the guy's built an empire out
It's
of it, right?
insane.
And that, at the end of the day, just goes to show you, you know, like, it doesn't matter how properly you do something. It's the sum of all the parts, right? This guy was able to leverage what should have been 5 minutes of fame, and you know, he should have been like a fart in the wind.
And enough people seem to be enjoying his food in his restaurant.
Exactly.
So he wouldn't have succeeded without also having good food. Even if
Exactly.
they think it's sort of silly and over the top and whatever. Enough people are going there and enjoying the experience.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. I mean, this dude's making content on it.
Right.
I mean, there's countless people making content. So, yeah, man, listen, it's not... In today's day and age, it can't just be one thing you're good at. You literally have to do everything. Like, even on social media, you can't just do Instagram now. You have to be on all of them, you know? See what they think of this
does look like
gold
an
leaf
amazing
steak.
But now I'm worried.
All right, let's give this a try and let you guys know. Cheers.
Cheers. It's good. Oh man.
I gotta say, it's a nice steak. It's
I mean, it's
very
not going to be any
delicious.
different
But it's like
than the first one.
It's the same as on.
You know, I'm with Angel on this. You know, this one is presented a lot more beautifully, has gold on it, but I can't taste the difference.
This is like
There you
when
go.
you eat with your eyes.
There you go.
What did I say, everybody? You see, you heard it from them, not from me. That's the results. The gold does absolutely
Nothing, not at all. It makes 0% difference.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on to the show. I really love your perspective. I can honestly talk to you about content creation all day long, but I'm not going to take up more of your time. Definitely need to have you back on the show one of these days. And yeah, man, thanks again for coming on. Appreciate
for
you.
having me.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did making it. And remember, don't be afraid to fail, because it can only make you stronger. And with that said, I'm Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef, and I'll see you really soon.